What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just making a quick video. I unfortunately was called into work because of different things that happened over the weekend, so I have to go and make some coverage. So I just wanted to make a quick video, and I figured because I entered a contest through Just Another UK Gamer, which didn't get a prize except a shout out, which is fine with me, and that was to make a custom emblem for Pokemon, which you can see him right there as Charizard. And I decided, you know what, let me just go ahead and show some people some of the emblems I do have that I've made, and maybe you guys can use them if you want to. And what I'm going to do is I'll go through each individual block or layer so that you can have a moment to copy down the numbers on the upper right hand side of the screen. That way you can copy it exactly and will be able to make your own if you want to. Now the first one right here, that is my personal one that I made just for me, for my channel. So that I will not show because I want to keep that one to myself. Sorry, but like I said, that one I spent a lot of time on to make for myself personally. And I think it looks really cool. I try to make it kind of like a tribal type deal for zombies. And I decided to take a little bit out of it from the Reaper of Overwatch and retouch it and make it my own for my personal character, the Penguinator. So it looks really cool in my opinion. But like I said, that one I'm going to keep to myself. But this one is the Charizard. Now that one I will show you. I have no problem showing you this one. But this is the one that I did for Just Another UK Gamer's Pokemon Emblem little contest that he had. And like I said, I'm going to hold over each individual section so that you can see them. And up in the right hand side, you'll see the numbers for the position, the scale, the rotation, and the opacity, or how see-through it is for each individual layer. So this is layer number 1, which is the backdrop. Pretty self-explanatory. You just put that square and zoom in to where it covers the entire canvas, and that's your backdrop. Alright, number 2, for the position, X is a -5, Y is a 4, scale, X is -21.8, Y is -21.8, rotation is 185, and I think all of them, the opacity is 100%, so I ain't going to worry about that one. But this is layer number 2. Alright, layer number 3, position is -6, Y is -18, the scale, -46.5, and Y is -14.2. The rotation is 164, and that is the scale for layer number 3. Of course, number 4, I'm not going to read them all off because you're getting the idea, but I will sit here for a second and let y'all be able to write them down and so on. But you should be able to zoom in on them if you go widescreen or full screen and be able to see all the numbers. But that's the numbers right there for layer number 4. Layer number 5, of course, is his neck. And there's the numbers right there for that one. Go ahead and give you a moment to copy that one down, or you can just pause the video if you need to. Number 6, that's part of his lower chin. Of course, number 7 is the upper part of his mouth. And there's his lower chin again for number 8. Like I said, it's just mostly going to be time consuming just to show you each individual one, but if it'll allow you to be able to make your own, that's fine. I'd rather go ahead and do this so y'all can have fun making your own emblems, maybe even touching up on them to make them even better. But this will give you a chance to get all the numbers down and everything to be able to make your own. And honestly, I only used up 49 layers for the entire Charizard, so I didn't use the full amount. You can go up to 64. But a lot of it was just getting everything to the right proportion and so on. But hopefully you guys will be able to use this to make your own Charizard emblems if you want to. And once again, is anybody excited for the next DLC for Infinite Warfare called Shaolin Shuffle when it comes to zombies? I am, because I think it's actually a pretty nifty idea to have the use of Kung Fu against zombies versus just shooting them up all the time. And I kind of had the feeling that they were going to start doing something different when it came to melee after Raven the Redwoods, because you started off with no weapons. Which to me, that was actually kind of interesting. That was a good idea because it made it more challenging that you had to, right off the bat, either buy a weapon or just use your fists or find a melee weapon. So that was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that idea. It was kind of out there, but it worked. And I know a lot of people still hating on them because they're, what's the best way to describe it? I really don't know how to describe the phrase. They've been spoiled with Treyarch zombies, basically. Which Treyarch, they made some very, very good maps, I'm not going to lie. So, but I like to judge maps on their own accord, and if you judge it on its own, I thought they did very decently with it. It's still a fun map to play. I still play it today, and I still play Spaceland. But like I said, I love Treyarch zombies. They did a great job. But at the same token, after a while, I got burned out on always having to do a military base or something with the military caused the zombies. And after a while, it just kind of got old, but it was still fun to play. So when Infinity Ward got a hold to it and decided to do their zombie map, I was interested to see what it was. And when I saw that it was a amusement park, which really, it should have been, as an amusement park, they should have more rides than what they did, apart from just the roller coaster. But overall, it wasn't too bad. It was still a good map. And then they really outdid themselves when you compare the two maps with Raven the Redwoods versus Zombies in Spaceland. That was a fun map to play. And I like fighting off the Yetis a lot better than the clowns. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there with clown phobia that didn't like the clowns to begin with. So it definitely was very interesting. But again, like I said, I'm just slowly going through these layers so y'all can have a chance to copy down the numbers, and then that way you can recreate the layers yourself for your own personal emblem. If you want to remake Charizard for yourself, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. It's going to take a while because we have 49 layers, and I'm just going to slowly go through each one so you can copy down the numbers. The other games I've got that I'm going to start playing to try and get some footage for you guys is Bloodborne, and I think another one is Horizon. I have that one as well. So I'm going to start doing some footage for those, and I will start doing some more Xbox games because I finally had a chance to get my Xbox and stuff taken care of. And just for all of you guys that have been asking, I decided to go ahead and spend the money. And I do have Infinite Warfare for Xbox One now. So once I get it fully uploaded and everything, I will let you know. And I'll start playing some zombies on there as well. However, the only map I will have is going to most likely be just Spaceland for now. Because I have to wait till I get paid and then I'll get the other maps. Or I'll get the season pass for the other maps. And then I'll be more than happy to get on Xbox One and help y'all out with the Easter eggs on there as well. And I won't have the main characters because, like I said, I haven't played it for Xbox yet. So I will most likely have to go ahead and just play through it and get the playable characters and so on. But we can go through them together. That's no biggie. And like I said, we're almost done with this one. So now the next one, Batman, that one's going to be a little tricky because I think I used up either almost or I did use up every single one of the layers. So all 64 layers are that one. But like I said, most likely what I want to do after this one is I'm just going to quickly breeze through it. So in less than a minute, you'll see the full character. But like I said, this mainly right now is just so y'all can have a chance to copy down the numbers and pause the video, and then that way you can make your own emblem if you want to. Now, if there's any other character emblems you would like to see me try and make for you guys, I have no problem in making it, and then I'll do kind of like a time-lapse video of me making the character, and then afterwards I'll do one that is not time-lapse like this, where I'll just go through each individual layer and y'all be able to see which one it is. So that way you'll be able to see which layer it is, which what I use for each individual one, and so on, and then you'll be able to go through and make your own if you want to. I know there's a lot of anime characters I want to make, and I will admit, like if let's say I used one, which I have to look him up, but I did find a guy that he had the one for the Batman, which I liked and I copied, and so this one I made myself. But and this one was tweaked a little bit, but I did make this one, and I gotta look him up. I cannot remember the guy's name that I had that I looked and watched for the Batman one. So I'll look that one up. And whoops, sorry. This is the numbers for number 42. But I'll look him up and I'll put a link for him down in the description below. And he has a lot of other cool emblems that you guys can go to his channel and look him up. I want to say it was Dark Elf. Dark Elf Emblems or something like that for the Batman one. I can't remember. But there's definitely a lot of videos out there. But yeah, definitely Dark Elf, because I looked at his and he had some amazing emblems. Really good emblems for different things if you want them. You know, for the emblem maker, so you can make your own. But he has some awesome emblems, and I'm going to start making some. I'm going to use his to make some of my own too as well. But we are all almost done, and then we'll be able to go to the next one. Alrighty, and that is all the layers for Charizard. So again, guys, hopefully you'll be able to use these to make him. So let's back out. Now this one I did as well, and this one only uses up 45. But again, I'm just going to... this one, all you have to do is zoom in all the way. And for this one, as you can see, I did the Superman emblem, Batman, Flash, Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman. So it really wasn't too bad. To make this one, it just takes some time and effort and everything, and then you got to expand it to make the proper sizes for any emblem, and you'll usually be good to go. So, but out of all of these, my two favorite characters out of DC, I guess you could say, is definitely Batman. I like Superman as a close second, and the third is Green Lantern, and then number 4 is Wonder Woman, and number 5 is Flash. I would say Supergirl because I really do like Supergirl, but she is just a play off of Superman, which was part of that get girls interested in comic books era type thing. And it just, came back from Wonder Woman, and they wanted to add more female superheroes, so they brought in Supergirl, and then they started bringing in the other characters as well. But I'm not knocking them, but it's just, these are my main top 5 DC heroes, which is why I use this for this emblem. And don't worry, I'm not done. I'll still be making some other emblems as well. I'll probably do one for Marvel characters, each one individually, such as Iron Man, Deadpool, Captain America, and so on. Maybe a Wolverine one. There's just several of them I'd like to do. just to have to mess with people when they when we go into a lobby and they'll see the emblem and they'll be, holy crap, that's a cool emblem type deal. You know, it's fun to mess with people when you make cool emblems or funny emblems. So, but like I said, this video is just a quick video I wanted to do instead of some gameplay because I just don't have the time. Because I got to work night shift tonight to cover, like I said, because of stuff that happened at work. And I'm going to have to go take a nap to get ready for that so I won't fall asleep while at work. Because I don't want to get fired. And then after that, I will hopefully be able to post some actual gameplay footage for you guys Wednesday. And for that one, if you could, in the comment section below, please tell me what games you would like to see me play, and I'll play through some of them. And one of the other games I have that I really like to play as more of a relaxation game is Kingdom Hearts. I really love the Kingdom Hearts series. I mean, it's Final Fantasy mixed with Disney characters. You can't go wrong. And I really liked it. I really cannot wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 to finally come out, which I think is supposed to be later this year. I'm not 100% sure. But I'll have to double check on that one. But I do think it's later this year. So I really am looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3. That should be a very good one to have and to play. I really like the original Kingdom Hearts series. Now, there was a couple of games I didn't like. I think there was one for... What was that Nintendo one? The DS. I didn't like that one that much. I mean, you could play it. It was alright, but I just didn't like it as much as I did the original. And then there was another one for the PlayStation that it was card-based instead of character-based. So, like, if you wanted to get Goofy or Donald to join in to help you out with combat for a boss or something, they were cards that you had to play versus they were there the whole time with you. I didn't like that idea either. So, like I said, it's hit and miss. But the reason Batman is one of my favorites for DC, because not only did he build DC for them, literally, because he came out in Detective Comics, and then Detective Comics took over Action Comics and so on, and DC still stands for Detective Comics, but it all really got its kickoff from Batman once he was introduced in, I think, Detective Comics number 16. Which Detective Comics had been around for longer than that, but once the Batman character came out, that's when it just really took off, and he helped build that franchise. So it's kind of funny. If you watch the Lego Batman movie, he discusses it or makes a crack about it at the very beginning of the movie in the opening credits, which I thought was funny. But yeah, it's definitely, they got some good heroes, and I know a lot of people prefer Marvel, but I'm kind of both. I'm a comic book collector as well, so I like both of them. Alright, and here's the Batman one. Now this one, I did use all 64 spots for the layers. It was a massive undertaking to get this one done. But this is the Batman emblem. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one because it is a lot of in-depth work. But I will just go ahead and quickly pause for a couple of seconds on each layer so you have a chance to copy them. But at the same token, like I said, the guy that originally made this one, I will put his stuff down in the description below so that way you guys can go to that channel and make your own. But it's definitely a very in-depth emblem, and he did a very good job with it. I really like it. So like I said, I'm just gonna quickly browse through these, maybe last a second or two on each layer, and then y'all can take your time, pause the video, and go back and get the numbers that are up in the right hand corner for each individual layer size. because, like I said, this is a very in-depth emblem, but he did a very good job with it. I really like it. So that's why I decided to go ahead and, I think, apart from other stuff I had going on yesterday, it probably took me an hour to copy his video with the numbers and stuff up there in the corner, because I was talking to friends and everything else back and forth as well last night. So it definitely took me a little time to make this one. But as you can see, the end result was really awesome. Very good, and I like it. So it's definitely a cool character. Probably one of the better Batman emblems I've seen, to be honest with you. And I say that not to be talking bad about the other people that have made Batman emblems, but the reason I say that is because a lot of the other Batman emblems that have ever been made, majority, have always been his symbol. Very few have actually ended up being Batman himself. And this one is probably one of the coolest ones I've seen overall, in my opinion. And he has another one that has the actual Batman character looking up, I think, at the moon or the bat symbol or something like that. But he has a lot of cool ones. Like I said, on his channel, just go through them, make your own. But definitely give credit to the people that made it before you did. So that's what I'm trying to say. Before I actually post the video, I will go through and make sure I have the right person. I'll post a link to his YouTube channel down in the description where I got it and copied it from. But I want to say it was Dark Elf Emblems or something like that. I want to say that's who was the one that I got it from. So I'm not 100% sure, but I will double check on that for you guys. Good. So then that way you'll actually be able to go to the correct person's channel and be able to get the proper emblem. And like I said, the reason I'm not staying too long on each slide is because that way, once I put his channel description or link down in the description below, you can go there yourself and actually take the time, each individual part, pause the video, go through it, and be able to use it to make your own. So this one, like I said, took me over an hour in pausing, trying to copy each individual layer exactly as he had it, or as close to possible, because his was actually done on the PC. Mine was done on the PlayStation 4. So the dynamics are a little different. So I had to adjust and readjust to try and get the sections to fit. But most of them was about on par with where he had his. The rest, like I said, it just took a while to mimic and fit. So that way on the PlayStation 4, it would actually fit and make a good emblem versus, everything being off center. So it definitely is worth it to go through and try to get the emblems properly done. But I can tell just from watching his quick tutorial video on it, the guy put in a lot of work for this one. So I'm really appreciative that he did. And for anybody that makes emblem videos, the amount of work you guys put into these is awesome. I really appreciate it, especially for those of us that would like to have a very cool emblem for a character that is one of our favorites, like Batman or Superman or whatever, and you end up, figuring out exactly how it needs to be made to make an awesome one, and I really appreciate it. So this is definitely an awesome emblem, which is why I decided to go ahead and was like, you know what, I want to have this. So I went through, took the time, and actually recreated it myself for my own use. But anyway, guys, that is all the emblems that I've made. And again, like I said, this is my personal one. And that's the one I did for Just Another UK Gamers Pokemon emblem kind of contest, which I did take first place in, which I was very amazed that I did with this one. This one I made myself. And this one, like I said, I want to say again, I got it from Dark Elf, but in the description below will be the actual channel's YouTube link that I got this one from for the Batman. So that way you guys can go there and use it to make your own emblems, or go through and find his other emblems and make them yourself as well. So anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video for the emblems. I will be making some more emblems, and will, of course, if I used it from somebody else's channel, I will go ahead and put their link in the description of the emblems if you want me to do more. And if you'd like to see an emblem for a certain individual from anime or movies or whatever, let me know, and I will actually probably try to make one. So again guys, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And when you subscribe, be sure to hit that little bell. That way you'll always receive an email notification when I post a video, or if I go live for a live stream. Now, I'll see you guys next time. And also, we have broken 300 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. You're helping the channel grow. Please keep it up. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, happy gaming and later.